That was awesome.
It's a literal drop in. Literal.
Yeah, literal. Like, what's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing?
Doing good. I'm probably a lot more refreshed than MC is right now.
Yeah, he's probably he's on cruise control.
He's
got it.
George Costanza bed set up underneath the desk.
Do you have something to sip on? Do you have something to drink?
This is brought to you by the good people of Michigan.
What is that? What did that say? Fago?
Fago, rock and rye. Cece knows what's this all about.
They don't have Fago down there?
It's very limited in the selection. You gotta like really hunt for it. So there's
cream soda.
On the way out, I hit the gas station on the way out of town. Turn the lights off to the town.
Did you grab a few, or did you? Yeah,
a couple. Yeah.
Well, lots of stuff happening in the toy world, and the real world. So I guess we can kind of pick what we want to talk about tonight. I didn't see too much. Had some stuff. Did you guys see anything interesting that like caught your eye, like right off the bat, or no?
It's been a bit of a blur for me. Sorry.
It does seem like it's been that way, didn't it? Yeah.
I was gonna say this is good. It's gonna be like a lowercase m, lowercase c tonight. It's gonna have content. Man, and yeah, a lot of people won't know, but I always say this. I appreciate you two coming on, especially knowing what you guys dealt with today to get on. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Especially you, MC. Cece's like, pineapples, my face. There we go. So what's that? Roho, I think he probably knows what he's talking about. With the drip, thanks for it. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a staple of Michigan here. All right, well, let's get this started. I guess we should officially timestamp this. Should we timestamp this before like foreplay or afterwards? I don't know.
Would it still be foreplay if it's before you make it official?
That's kind of a question. We'll stamp it here. All right, here we go. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Paige, and welcome to episode 142 of the Hangout, where we give you positive insight to the world of collecting in a very chilled and relaxed atmosphere. Hand gestures. Somebody told me you got to use hand gestures. So, anyway. Tonight, have a good show. Try not to get a little bit deep, but probably some heavy stuff. So we'll sprinkle some light stuff in between. I figured we start off with this. Is it TopCons? No, it's not TopCons. It can't be TopCons, right? Who would do that? Well, yeah. So tonight, what we'll be talking about mainly is pretty heavy Hasbro, a little bit of Mezco, and then our main topic tonight is for the sake of transparency. You notice how clustery this is all crappy? That's when you're scrubbing, you can't really see too much of it. But those are the TopCons we like. Good talking. And of course, like MC said, a little bit of show foreplay. Because, can't go in dry. You got to go in there and get things prepared. Oh! Ron Artest Jr., have you not learned anything?
No. The answer would be no.
This guy.
It's not a quick study.
I was watching. Did you watch this video?
I saw the play.
CC saw it in real time.
I saw the play.
He was courtside.
Do you think people on the bench and people in the stands are like, whoa, hold, don't do it. Remember the malice, baby. Don't do
malice at the palace. Yeah. CC was there for that one too.
Were you there?
No.
He started it.
Oh, no.
CC's the cup thrower.
Yeah, he's the one that threw the beer at Ron Artest.
No, I was next to the guy that threw the cup.
Egging him on. You can't hit him.
Watch this. Nailed it. And then CC was probably the guy who went like, that was him, Ron.
That's a great documentary, by the way. Not to get too far off track, but
Oh yeah, it is, man.
that's
Oof. Gosh. But yeah. So I'm not excusing what happened, but the replay I saw, he didn't throw a punch. It was like a slap. Did you see that? It was like this, like that, but he didn't throw a punch. I did like the
That was
sell.
a chop. He hit him with
like-
a side cutter.
like a Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like across the face, not like backhand. I was like, yeah, I was like, this is crazy. But I saw this and I go, man, I was like, he better get suspended. Ron got some time for this.
Yeah.
I
They'll
wonder
get
what
him.
they're gonna.
He just came off that 5-day suspension.
Jeez, man. People don't learn, do they?
No.
He's suspended and then
No.
just do the same shit.
He likes a little extra time during the holidays with the family. So
Does he get paid still?
Great question.
I wonder.
Then it's not really a suspension; it's a vacation, right?
Yeah. Wait a minute, he did sign a new contract too, didn't
Yeah.
he? Oh gosh, man, good lord.
4
man.
years, $100 million.
I don't
Jesus.
know.
Pretty good gig if you can get it.
I guess so.
Is that all? Think of a
Unless
baseball
you're
player,
Shohei Ohtani, yeah.
baseball player that made some money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jesus. They showed it. They said that one contract signing, he's made more money than LeBron.
Yeah, his whole career. Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Oh gosh, I was like, geez. But and some fellow, what would you call it, Michigonian,
Michigander.
Michigander in news. Your boy's back.
Yes.
I hope this goes well, man. I don't like. It's almost like Jordan coming back. You don't ever want to see a great comeback and they don't do,
Yeah.
well. So.
Do you think he'll have the Lions varsity jacket on again?
Oh yeah, they had a movie set photo of him in it. Looks
Really?
exactly the same. Yeah. No minis. This isn't a TV show. This is a movie from the 80s. 80s, right? 80s, 90s. This is Beverly Hills Cop.
80s.
Yeah. Well, he did 3. I think 3 was in the 90s, right?
3 was terrible.
Yeah, we try to forget that. Like, I don't ever acknowledge the fact that Wesley Snipes did 2 Wong Fu. I will never admit.
Yeah.
Blade.
Understandable.
Yeah. It was like Eddie. I omit the Beverly Hills Cop 3 too. Yeah. Oh, this too did not get funded.
Fell short by quite a bit too. It's not like it was close.
Yeah. And then I saw that they tried to do this like at the end, like a bonus kind of thing. Right?
Yeah.
The O-ring. So this is a pretty big set, but this is some nice foreplay into tonight's conversation. So store that into the memory bank. So official show foreplay, we can start right now. Stick to the plan. Question for you guys in the chat. Stickers, hot item. We got some with the Vortex suit, and we got some with this. Are you a sticker guy or are you not?
I was with the original G.I. Joes.
Mm-hmm.
Follow the directions, get all upset if it was off by just a hair. Very detail oriented, but I haven't put stickers on anything, and I don't know how long. Because the Sentinel the Spider Bot, that came with stickers too.
Mm-hmm.
But no.
Yeah, I didn't put any stickers on my Vortex suit, and I'm questioning if I want to put one on the tank. It looks good the way it is, but I don't know. CC, are you a sticker guy?
I'm not. I'm terrible with putting stickers on.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah. Thank God they're not like water transfer stickers or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you Joe when you were a kid, CC, on the old Joe stuff?
No, I learned early on that I wasn't good at stickers. So after the first few ruined figures or vehicles, I quit pretty quick.
Yeah.
Once my mom stopped doing it for me.
Yeah, they never stayed on either. Too, like the peel off. I'm kind of wondering. what is this? Mystical Hoarder. Yeah, I like it. I have all that stuff. You know, I'll put them in there. But as far as like putting them on, I don't know. I just like the way they both look, the way they were. I can't do it. I'm scared to mess it up. Yeah, exactly. So everybody's in the same realm. Next is the curtain call. Dun, 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 dun. Did you guys see this news? Like we didn't talk about it already. Guys have quick thoughts on this. Evidently, E3 won't be attempting another revival in 2024 and is now gone for good.
Are they building up the hype? Is it like
Oh, for like next year? Like,
Yeah.
it's back.
Come back.
You know, I don't, seeing this, I don't think so.
Yeah.
What do you think, MC?
I think, like we were talking about, I think the writing's been on the wall for a while with this, with the big three slowly pulling back out of the years, doing their own little, live streams for the events. I think we were talking, Nintendo was like kind of the leader for that. They kind of pulled out right away, started doing their own thing, and then the other two followed.
Yeah. Yeah. Always wanted to go, but never been. Yeah. I was gonna try to go this year to try to do it just to mark it off a checklist. But of course, just like the selfie series, I waited too long and now it's gone. I was like, damn it. Dude, I was seriously thinking about doing that because I was like, man, I'd love to have that little selfie head. And I finally was like, I'm gonna do it. And then it had that screen when I sent it to you guys. I was like, this is bullshit. But yeah, it seems like this is a lot of foreshadowing for a lot of things. Like other companies have already been transitioning to this already. So I can see other companies following suit with this. Let's get on to Hasbro. But let's not deep dive just yet. Let's do a little bit of like cash money is on me. So Hasbro, obviously the Joe team said that there's probably extra money out there to be spent, and they dropped 9 pre-orders. Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah. The first 3 were the classic package art. I really like this a lot. This looks cool.
I like that Recondo a lot. That's the one I remember getting as a kid.
We'll go with him real quick since you named him first.
Oh.
Yeah, there he is. It looks good, man. Look at yeah.
The tape around the gun and all that stuff. Or the wrap.
Yeah. So they had Recondo, and then they put out Scarlet, which looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I prefer redheads, but she just looked really good. Why isn't this going forward? Oh, you see how I quickly adjusted on the fly. So Scarlet, during the stream, I think I popped in and out of it. But the stream, they talked about this card stock. They said it's much thicker, and so they were like bending it and doing shit. I think Lenny was gonna throw it at one time. Emily was like, "No, don't do that." So
I wish they put those stands with all their figures.
Yeah.
Well, what stand? Like
the little black stand it comes with, the action figure stand that those come with.
Oh yeah. These don't look like they have them, do they?
What is that in the corner though? Is that in the bottom right corner?
Oh, is that the stand? Oh, it's a square now, huh? Not a circle or a rectangle or whatever you want to call it. Geometric shape. This Duke looked good too. Wow, that looks really good, man. Thoughts on these guys?
Man, Hasbro just doesn't stop, man. They look good. They just keep on coming.
Yeah.
Can't
So
stop.
much for taking it easy in December.
Yeah, I think these were slotted for next year, April-ish. Don't quote me on that, but
So that means like January.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And then they did their 60th. What was it? The 60th anniversary They had the infantry soldier and the there he is right there, and then they had their like the recon diver. So people that I guess missed out on torpedo or the eels. Yeah, it looks good. Random thoughts at anybody?
They just look good. Their sculpting is getting better and better.
Yeah, it is. It's and I like the you can make an army picture here.
They look like some frogmen.
Wow, look at that. That looks good, man. The photos are really good too, man. And then they topped off the last 4 offerings. What is this guy's technical name? Like it's an assault something or something like that. I don't know. There's just when all this stuff was the assault trooper. When this stuff was coming out, I was like, geez, there's just so much. I mean, it all looked really good. And, flag on the play. Flag on the play. This is bullshit. Who do I call about this? Okay. Yeah, his feet are kind of, they're not all the way. So anyway.
Get Lenny on the phone.
Hit him with that cease and desist. But yeah. So you got Quick Kick. And I guess all this stuff was kind of leaked before, so everyone pretty much, I do wonder how it got leaked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's maybe
Tell you what, the fact that we've already seen the figures in the packaging shows you how far along it is in production already, though.
Yeah, goes to MC's theory about it coming out, or CC's theory about it coming out in January. Jeez. Easy, buddy, easy. We're just recouping.
I think it's one of the. I'll circle back to how I think it got leaked when we get there.
No, you can go right now because that's all I got. I really tried to chop.
1100.
What happened? Like you said,
one of the 1100 or whatever the number is decided on their way out.
Oh yeah. Like. All right. What? I'm not coming in on Monday? Well, guess what's getting leaked today?
Yeah.
Lost in Montreal. I had the twins and the barbecue and the blue and green. Yeah, I saw that. I went looking today at Ross for the NBA hoop too. The starting lineup hoop because it's $3 or something like that. So,
did you find one?
I did not. I found a bunch of. So a guy came in. He got Outback. He had 2 Outbacks in his hand. And I go, those were here yesterday. I'm like, man, that guy's greedy. But then when I looked on the shelf, there were 4 more. I'm like, damn it, I paid retail for that shit. So that stuff's gonna be coming to an end, I'm pretty sure. You're not gonna see that. I guess we can slowly transition to that. Oh no, we got droids. Are these the droids you're looking for? Yeah. So, hey, babe. I like your hair. It looks good. So we got the 2 droids. I thought SHF was going to do this. I was holding out, and then obviously I just gave up. But they got this droid 2-pack. Will this pull you guys back into it or no?
No, it would take a lot for getting me back in the Black Series. It would something short of a miracle it would take for getting me back in the Black Series. They have no chill either. They just keep on coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what $49.99. You got C3PO, and you got the Super Battle Droid. When I was looking at this, let me go back. So
why is he gray? What am I missing here?
This is, I guess, during the Attack of the Clones. So maybe they had him out there, and it's in that big arena, right?
Yeah, but
he was gray during that part.
He still had a gold head, didn't he?
I thought so.
I don't remember. Now
Don't kick me out of the Star Wars club, but I just don't remember his head being gray during that part of the film.
Yeah, I'm wondering also about this. Well, the head, isn't that when he's in the factory and then it got pushed onto this Geonosis droid, right?
Yeah, the battle droid.
Yeah.
Roger.
But, yeah, Roger. And hates when I do that, John. But I was looking at this too, and I know that his head gets put on here, but man, I don't want to be that guy, but this would have been cool if they gave like the regular droid head too, because people army build this.
Yeah.
Is it going to come with the head? Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of C-3PO heads.
They're gonna release the other C-3PO with the battle droid head on it.
And to get you that way, I think you're
Get you. No, you can have 9 C-3POs.
Yeah. I always like whenever I hear somebody say that, I'm like, oh man, because somebody said if I only have this, but there's like 20 million other people that would have suggestions about how it would be better. But like this, if it was a 2-pack, I thought that they would just have that other head and you just plop it on. That way you could army build this one. Whatever.
So he was kind of more silvery gray in Attack of at least the images online that I'm looking up from Attack of the Clones. Or the
I never really paid much attention to that.
Clone Wars.
Did he have gold on there or no?
It was more that like gray, like unpolished look.
I'm gonna get kicked out.
Yep.
It's okay.
They're coming to pick up your collection right now. They're pulling out the droids out of the basement.
They advertise this as a movie accurate deco and design for dynamic posing. Looks like it's pretty good. I mean, but it's like you said. I think I'm done with it with the Star Wars line. Got to trim back some of this shit. And then they also had the 3 3/4. You guys are 3 3/4 fans, so you got Django. No. Dang it. All right, fast forward.
Getting even. I mean, I want to buy that. Star Wars 3 3/4.
Yeah. Well, I guess we cut 2 minutes off of that segment. So I guess we can talk about what you want to talk about, MC. The gift. Oh no! Remember what you're supposed to do. Error. So evidently, Hasbro decided to play Scrooge, and there was a news conference put out, or press conference that was put out. This is not working. I hate this computer. Dear Santa, please.
Paige has been a good boy this year.
Depends on who you ask, but yeah, primarily I have. That was pretty good this year. Okay. Don't know why it's not working. So what do you do when this happens? You stall and reboot. Well, we can start into it. So you guys saw the article, right?
Yeah.
Evidently, Hasbro is trying to trim down some things, and they decided to let go 1,100 employees, cutting the workforce from they said 18%, I think. Wow. But I was looking at the article, I read a couple of them because you just don't take it from the source. But there was an article on there that said, and I quote, that they actually let go 800 people in January of this year already.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually 30% of the workforce.
They shut down a whole office too, I think, right?
Yes, they did. Is this showing up? Droids?
Yes. They shut down the Scranton branch.
Yeah, everybody's going to what was it?
Nashua.
Nashua, yeah. And then it twisted. So I highlighted it. See, Paige did staff by 1,100 people according to the memorandum. The layoff was the additional 800. See, look at that. Most of the people, they were given notice in 24 hours. And then it's going to happen over the next 6 months. More cuts will be happening over the next year with special focus to minimize management layers. And create a nimbler organization.
Oh, we lost CC.
We did.
Yeah.
He'll come back. He's like, I don't want to hear about this. This is a very interesting point. So some cost savings will be invested into new systems, insights, and analytics, product development, and digital, citing possible supply chain efficiency, direct-to-consumer capabilities. Those two keywords, right? And partnerships to maximize licensing opportunities. You mean they're not cheap? They cost money? So here's what I'm thinking with this. So they're talking about like doing digital stuff, and you know how we let in with the E3 thing. I'm wondering if they're going to also reduce their like footprint at conventions. You know what I mean? Like, so there's a possibility you might not see them at so many.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we're saying, it's not cheap to go to a convention, rent the space, ship all your product out there, pay your employees, put them all up in hotels, give them per diem to eat every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a lot. I mean, I don't know how big was their booth at SDCC?
huge.
It's a pretty penny, I'm sure, because they probably charge you by the square footage there.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this before. So MegaCon, I think that booth was like, just for that booth that you saw.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how much was it, Ann? No, how much did it cost? Thousands of dollars. I think it was like estimated like 10 to 12. And that one that Hasbro had was probably 4 to 5 times that size.
At California pricing.
Yeah, Hasbro's is huge. Yeah.
Staples Center pricing. Is that where it is? Staples Center?
No, it's what is it? It's
For the LA Convention Center, is that what it is?
Yeah, the San Diego Convention Center. So you got that, and this is just more reading. You probably don't want to do it, but the things I took out of this was like, wow, it's before Christmas. Everybody's talking about where's my toys, but there's people like losing their jobs, so it's like perspective. You got to put some of that stuff, but that sucks. But I think this will tie in later, like I was just saying right now about them talking about doing stuff more digitally, and what will happen is they'll probably reduce some of the appearances that they'll have like publicly. I know they do SCCC in New York.
Do you think they'll reduce the number of like products on store shelves as well? Speaking of digitally, you're going to order from us direct or, through our approved sellers, and that way there's not the $5 days at Ross are coming over quick.
Yeah. And then it's funny how we talked about this the week prior. And how I was telling you, is like, they're not going to continue to try to hemorrhage money. They're going to make changes, and bam, boom, there it is. Yeah. And I know a lot of people will attribute other things to it, like, but and this is kind of like a sub layer, what we'll talk about later, but this is part of it. When you're looking at them restructuring things, this is at, their corporate level. And then now what they're going to do is they're probably going to start like evaluating some of the stuff that they put out. What was popular? You know what I mean? What sold well, what didn't sell well. Yep. That's exactly what we were talking about last week. That's what we mentioned. You lower your production numbers. You also lower the amount of offerings. And to kind of jump ahead, that's not really a bad thing. I mean, we talked about how there's so much shit coming out, right? Some streamlining would probably be pretty good for everybody, even though people don't think it is. But this is, again, writing on the wall. This is coming. So it's best to be like prepared for some of the stuff. I just feel bad because people like lost, their jobs right before Christmas, man.
Less Landos on the shelves.
Yeah. Yeah. He said prices are supposed to jump to $30 on a figure.
That's ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
that's I
Well,
can't.
what are you getting though? Like you have to kind of like wait to see what you're getting because I mean I know we showed those X-Men figures. They look really good, but is that $30 price point like for paint apps, articulation, better articulation? You gotta like kind of wait and see what it implies. What it entails. So, I mean, are you gonna pay $30 for some no-name character? Probably not. But that's where the whole limiting the offerings as well. So,
Yeah.
and then part of that business move was probably to do this.
Yeah,
So they
with the
signed.
licensing agreements that they said in their statement, and boom, hit by McFarlane Toys the next
Yeah.
day.
hmm And it
So
works for them, right? Because McFarlane makes toys on the cheap.
I was reading
Hmm?
because it's with the Page Punchers, and
Yeah.
that's the 3.75 inch figures. Just
Mhm.
what a lot of were saying. But didn't that Mr. Freeze that you got, the Gotham by Gaslight style, that isn't that marketed under Page Punchers also?
Yeah, from what I remember, and it was cool. It was decent, but it's a
McFarlane.
McFarlane figure. Yeah, I don't want to like down it, but it's a budget figure, and so that's what I was thinking too. Like, are they gonna bring him in, have him work on a couple projects, and then move on to something else, like where they let him do a couple Marvel characters, and then he does it, and then they hand it over. You don't know where it's gonna go. So there's a lot of all of this stuff. It's like there's a lot involved with all of this, man. And it's definitely going to change some stuff. This is what we were talking about before. So they also announced this X-Men wave. This is series 2 of the
Yeah.
97. These look really good, but I wasn't. It's not something I was going to just jump out and grab. But this is this was broke. This story was broke by MCU Collector. So all these photos and everything, but they look good.
Mm-hmm.
CC, you're back.
I am. I apologize.
Yeah, Page Punchers are the figures that come with the comic regardless of the size. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Henchman.
Oh, okay. Thanks, man.
Mm-hmm. I hate that they can only make Page Punchers. I think they were only 3 inch long. Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta kind of like read the tea leaves with some of this stuff. Like they're bringing him in. Are they gonna allow him to do some of those characters? Because it is a cheaper price point and probably process for them. So CC, you kind of like you got back, but do you have any thoughts about this?
What you hate to see is it seems like it's been kind of a trend that Hasbro is selling a lot of the licenses for these, IPs that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And you hope that it's not them at some point making the decision to go ahead and let somebody else do the work, and then they just get paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One way to make sure that your figures don't end up at Ross is to make sure somebody else is making them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're just buying a license, you get paid no matter what. You don't care what they're selling them for.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this licensing agreement.
Because how many other folks are making G.I. Joes now?
Well, what? Super 7, Mezco, Hasbro, and who else?
Hiya Toys is doing 3 and 3/4.
That's 4.
What was
They're going to be doing G.I. Joe, so this will be 5, right?
Yeah.
Hot Toys? They've done a couple, haven't they?
Who's that?
Hot Toys? I mean, I know it's a 12-inch figure, but didn't Hot Toys do Snake Eyes? And
Oh, it was Husky just said it, 3-0. Yep.
Yeah. So be on the lookout.
Yeah.
Because this stuff does have some pretty interesting implications. I can tell you, I don't think this is the last time we'll like see some of this news. But then collectors have been talking about the price points and stuff like that, and how it's gotten too high. Like even 78, he said that they're going to be raising the price to 30 possibly. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Too bad you didn't say that story you told me about Home Alone.
I did, and I was gonna put it in, but yeah, I was gonna insert that in there, but
Yeah.
Now the interesting stuff, the good stuff. So, Mezco, a collective sigh of relief. In case you didn't see it, there was a bunch of estimated release dates. There were 10 in total. And these are all the these are all the figures that got kind of pushed back. So 10 in total. Posted this a couple of days ago. Well, 5 days ago. But anyway, yeah, Green Goblin. Most of these, I won't read all these off to you because there was a picture, but then you also have them listed here. 7 of these, they were only pushed back 2 months, 3 months, 2 to 3 months. The last 3, those were pushed back. I think it was like the average was like 3 to 4 months. So it's not that big. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys was, do you think this is intentional?
I think they're listening.
Yeah, I think so too. On multiple fronts. Because the majority of the community seemed like they were pretty thankful for this, but there were some people obviously that were disappointed because there were some highly anticipated sets, but most of these sets they don't seem like they're going to be off too far. I think that they just gave people a little bit of breathing room for the holidays, probably because maybe they had vendors calling and canceling orders and stuff like that, and then they get feedback. CC, what did you think?
I mean, I can't imagine anybody being disappointed to get this news. I mean, unless they're like one figure in particular that you're really looking forward to, like the Turtles, right? I know some people were really disappointed in that. But at the same time, did anybody really want that $400 set hitting them right before Christmas? So I feel like they did us a favor. I don't mind at all.
Yeah. So maybe diving a little deeper into it, do you think that this was a production transport or just them just doing us a favor? Or a combination of all of them?
Probably a combo, but more towards not killing people over the holidays.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Just by looking at the dates, it was more of like, it's like 2-pack and anything like that. I think like CC said, I think it has a positive impact.
I think CC got what he wanted though, and and then he said, "Oh,
yeah,
go ahead, push back the Turtles."
That was CC.
It was all CC. Blame him.
I know the game is rigged if he gets his first.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's
rigged.
Man.
When it's shot from a potato at CC's house, then you know.
No, I actually hope he does get it first.
Me too. I do too.
Me 3.
Call Kevin.
Let's see here. Is this gonna do it? I hate that. Let's do this. Hold, please. Oh yeah, there you go. So not so small. That's what you said. So Mezco Toyz, amazing or fantastic? In the grand scheme of things, these look really good. So D, he got this set and was able to take some pictures. I don't know how it works with him really with this, but I'm actually glad that he got it first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, some people do the promotional images for them. Sometimes he does them, sometimes he doesn't. But those are going to be like production samples, and then obviously those are photoshopped, to a certain extent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to see him get this final version in hand, it's cool because that way you have somebody that's experienced and they're taking photos and people get a better idea. So I don't know.
Wow.
Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm. With a beard. And then I think we talked about this before, but I thought she was probably going to get the most slack just because she is on the older body, But I've seen his pictures and other people's pictures that have actually shown it where it's not as bad. This thing, very impressive. Did you guys watch his review?
Unfortunately.
I don't need that kind of temptation in my life.
Yeah.
Not from him.
Got me.
Yeah. Well, he did his job because Boba said that he caved and he ordered it. So,
Same.
yeah. Sal actually just showed that, but the shadow was part of that delay. So the shadow, it was supposed to come out this quarter, but it's going to be, that's the one that got pushed back a little bit farther. So it's April, June of next year. But yeah, glad he took these. But excuse me. But it does seem like the same thing happens again. What is it? Estimated release date. Thank you. But it does seem like to bring up some points. When I was like going through the comments and everything, just kind of like looking for show stuff, but whatever. I was looking at it. And I saw a couple people that, and this all, bear with me, it ties into everything that we've already been talking about. I saw a couple people saying that that they weren't going to pre-order anything anymore. We didn't talk about this last week, right? We just talked about it in the chat, right?
Right.
Yeah. So I'll try to like be really quick about it, but I'll get your guys' thought really quick. Like, what do you think about that? Just not pre-order.
If you're okay with not having it, then that's certainly your choice. But I would hope you would not pre-order and then, think you're going to get the retail hookup. Because like we talked about with these things with Hasbro, as production starts to wind down, there's not going to be leftovers.
Yeah.
We've kind of seen some of those Mezco figures, like on Big Bad, that have been, clearanced out at almost half retail. They're not going to keep doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Look at when production numbers were lower due to COVID, just Hasbro stuff. And look what people were paying for different G.I. Joe figures, especially exclusives.
That Cobra Island thing in the very beginning was a nightmare.
That was Destro, profit director.
Yeah, Baroness, and then the Crimson, the Vipers.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Trooper and Beachhead. Those guys were.
Oh yeah.
Those guys are a mint.
Yeah. I bring this up because this is all like full circle stuff, and like when I see that, I get like frustration and stuff. But I think, like I said, all this is gonna tie in a little bit later. But I think a lot of times that's just setting a bad precedent, man. When you start just start saying that, you're like, I'm not gonna pre-order anymore. I get it if like you don't like something, but the thing is though, I think we all pretty much know what pre-ordering is, right? You're telling the company, hey, I'm interested in this product. I want you to save me a slot, because most of these companies, especially what we just talked about with Hasbro, probably what they're going to be doing, trying to streamline things. They're putting in the order for how many people are asking for, right? So like pre-order is important. Even if you don't want to order from them directly, you can still order from other companies. But just saying that you're not going to pre-order anything at all, that's like just saying, hey, you're going to give them the power to say, okay, well, nobody's really interested. Let's just do 3. And then you're back into this big circle again with reselling. You're going to fall back into that. It's just a bad precedent, man, to say it.
We all saw what happened with Death Dealer prices.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, like I'm not trying to knock anybody. If you're a hustler and that's what you do, you resell, and that's because I saw a lot of people in groups who resell saying that, promoting that. And it's like, yeah, of course you're going to say that because you want it to be limited. But the thing is like they're shooting themselves in the foot too, because people aren't going to have money, man. It's not like it was before. And so it's just a bad cycle. When you don't buy or you don't pre-order it and then you want to pay 2 or 3 times the amount later on, I never understood that logic. But if you don't like it, just don't pre-order. But if you do, I mean, make sure you get down, because like they are going to start cutting down on these production numbers, and that's going to make things limited, and then the offerings too. So, I'm trying to think what else. So and young. But yeah, and then also what I've been doing lately with all of this is I've been taking you guys' advice, and I just pay for it now.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've been talking about like pay, you know, different payment options and stuff like that to make things easier. But man, trying to find like a good financial plan, PayPal in four, just putting money away. I didn't have so just to show how life happens to everybody, and had some medical bills and just not in a good spot for her to do it. And so I was like, okay, I'll pay for it. So, but that because I knew that there were delays, I was like, okay, this will help me kind of get by just until the first.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people that those situations are put on them and they don't even see it. But I still packed a little bit away just to kind of prepare. So I think next year I'm going to start doing that. I'm just going to go into PayPal for them and pay it so I don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Seems to be the way to go.
Yeah, that's just being about her trying to take a stand and showing people they are mad. Yeah. The delays had to come suddenly with particularly
Yeah.
little teams.
You don't know what the cost of a gallon of milk is going to be next month.
Yeah. And Cece was right. That a Home Alone graphic would have probably worked. I'll try to explain. So they were doing a Home Alone like then and now, and they said if Kevin got by, I guess he got stuck at home and he'd spent $20, but he was able to get all of this stuff. And they said with today's inflation now, Kevin would have had to have $75 just to be able to survive. And it's gone over like 250% the price of inflation. So it's like, yeah, people just don't have money, and you want to like start collecting. You have to like change some of this stuff, man.
No.
Oh, we lost him again. I'll tell my sidebar story then really quick because that ties into stuff too. He probably won't want to hear this anyway. Here's my sidebar comment. You ready?
Yeah.
What did Boba say?
He was talking about the people, the resellers, I think.
Yeah. I do think that that's the reason why people do that. It's just going to be a bad thing. So I'm waiting to see if he's coming back.
I think Ron Artest just slapped his internet.
With a suspension. Yeah. This is a good cup. It's a little hot if you put hot stuff in there.
Yeah, mine should be here. I don't know. I had the vacation, because vacation hold on FedEx, so I'm waiting for that to. I have like 3 things that are somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I can stall with this story. So something happened like this week that I'm going to talk to you about. He's still not back.
I'll text him.
Yeah, see if he goes on. CC left with his Doom and Fantastic Four. All right, we won't do it. I'll just bore people with the story. Yes. All right. So PSA really quick for everybody out there. Yo, man, treat people online how you want to be treated. Oh my gosh. So I had 2 things that happened this week, man, and it just made me kind of realize, like, people, like, they will say whatever they want to you online. They really will, and I get it. It's the internet, freedom of speech, and everything else like that. But when you come at somebody like aggressively, and then you respond to that person, in a very calm, neutral, and informative way, there always seems to be this thing where somebody says, "Hey, man, I was just joking with you," or I was being sarcastic, and you didn't pick it up. I'm like, yeah, it's the internet. I'm not going to pick that up.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there thinking and having this conversation, but I don't know if you noticed or have you been in this situation where like it gets turned around and somebody says you're being like soft, sensitive, or being sarcastic, and then what happens is you do it to them, and then they say, "Hey, man, what's your problem?" And they almost take offense to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
It's just be kind, be nice.
Yeah, and that's not me, man. Like when the shoe's on the other foot and stuff like that, it's like it's just weird. When the etiquette gloves get taken off and you respond to somebody, then you're the villain, and it's like, no, it's not the way it is, man. You just gotta like talk to people the way you want to be treated, because you never know who you're talking to, and it's the same thing for me. So what happened was this guy, he gets in my comments and he says something to me, I respond to him, right? And then there's a back and forth with it, and I was like, hey, man, I'm just answering your question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the comment that he made, and this is important. The comment he made to me was, he goes, I can't believe that you waited 20 weeks to respond to this comment. And I told him, I was like, no, man. I was like, as much as you think this is about you, I actually made a mistake. What happened was, so flashing back to the convention, right? You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's all of these releases you're trying to work. I'm trying to like balance the board. I'm trying to update all these different social media platforms. Whatever happened to Woof? Why didn't they make that a thing? Where you just type it into one thing, it goes to everything? Like The Office, remember? I got a Woof. You remember that episode?
Yeah.
Yeah. But instead, you got to do it on all the separate platforms. Right?
The chat. I think you got to do some admin stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. They're gone. So what's Husky doing?
He's messing with whoever it was.
Oh, okay. So what happens is like you're trying to update all this stuff, right? And so the post that somebody asked if Sue Storm was double jointed. And again, I'm balancing all of this stuff, and I read the wrong comment. I thought they were talking about Power Rangers, and I was like, yes, because I did. I played with it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, yeah, it's double jointed. And somebody's like, no, it's not. And I was like, hey, man, I had it in my hand, but I was confusing it, right? So I was wrong. Apologies, right? So I go back to that thing because somebody said, told you it was single jointed. And what do I type in? I go, you're exactly right. My mistake. Told them the reason why, right? And that's when I saw the comment, and that's when I said something. So that's what was funny about it. It was ironic was that this person was bringing something up, but I was going back to correct a mistake about it. It had nothing to do with him, but I just noticed it. But he said, he was like, oh, it's 20 weeks. And I was like, well, you did it the first week. Why wouldn't I be able to respond? It's on my own personal page.
Right. You're still here?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just, but yeah. But that's what I mean about like, dude, like, just be cool to people online. It's not that hard. Really, it's not. I thought I stalled long enough, but I guess he's not coming back.
He'll be back.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah, he texted.
Oh, so going on with that really quick. So with this thing that's going on with Hasbro and everything else that's going on with it. So we talked about like transparency, right? And how it's good to like talk and how people want to know. Is that you? Okay. Oh, I saw what you said. And how people want to know where things are in the process and how things are going, when's shipped, what particular character, and everything else, right? You would think it would be like that because in today's day and age in communication, it would get better, right? Right?
You would think.
You would think, yeah. Because did you, without naming the group or the subject matter, you saw the post where, yeah. So I had this thought. I was watching YouTube, and there's a guy, his name is Maven, right? And he used to be a wrestler in the WWE. And the cool thing about him is he goes and he's out of the WWE, but he goes through and he explains everything. He explains their pay stuff. He explains how to cut yourself, what it's like to take a chair shot, you know,
like behind the scenes kind of.
Yeah, and he's just breaking, he's just breaking the fourth wall and just telling you everything, right? And I love it. He's a great guy. So as I'm watching this show, I'm sitting there thinking he's exposing everything, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, I go, damn, do I really need to know all this? And that's why I like equated it to this. I'm like, you really want companies to tell you every single thing?
I don't.
Yeah.
I just, I mean, that's just me. I get enough stuff that breaking kayfabe. That's funny. Little communication is good enough for me. I'm pretty easy going.
Yeah.
But even when it's spelled out, people aren't reading the message anyway. So what's it matter?
Yeah. I don't like CC. Do you think that? I know we kind of talked about it, but I mean, we have a lot. Do you think that knowing every single step in the process, I'm going somewhere with this. Do you think that every step in the process should be explained?
Yeah, we talked a lot, about this quite a bit, personally between each other. I've always said, like, I'm the type of person where all I really want to know is, like, when's it charging and when am I getting it? That's like the only two pieces of information that I really need.
Yeah.
Once I start paying for stuff in advance, I won't even need to know, when it's when it's charging. I just want to know when it's shipping. But yeah, people always talk about all the time, like, I don't need to know how the sausage is made, right? Just as long as the sausage is good, I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
Maybe if Mezco had a reputation for not delivering on an offering, if it's a new company and, they start off the bat with, this $10 million crowdfund thing, I might be a little concerned. There've been some people that got burned over those type of projects in the past, but you got an established company like that, I'd rather them focus the manpower on taking care of the other issues. Kevin can only do so much.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because of this situation that I saw online. Like it was a direct to customer explanation of how a process was going to go, and it literally laid it all out. And the amount of questions regarding what was covered in the post from the company, it was everything that was explained in there.
Yeah.
I was just like, I don't understand why somebody asked for communication, it's given to them, and it's still the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I suppose the only good thing about that is that you can get answers that are, that have the information. People ask those questions, and like we all know the answers. We all know the answers, but they should know the answers too.
Yeah, but I mean, what was it? One of the questions I had was like, but does it like ruin the magic of it in a way? When I was watching him talk about it, I kind of like not knowing some about that stuff. When I worked at Universal, I remember we were doing preview night, and I'm sitting in the cart, and all of a sudden, it broke down, and they had to turn the lights on. And when they did, I saw everything, and I can't ride that ride now, and not know,
Yeah.
It kind of just takes away from it a little bit.
I have an opposite feeling towards it. We we did the Keys to the Kingdom tour for Disney. It's like we go behind the scenes, you go in the tunnels, you get to see how the rides work and stuff. And to me, it was like so much cooler because I got to understand and see more of the creative process. It's just neat how to me, it didn't ruin it for me for that, but just like the little thing, like the tunnels are real underneath Disney World. If anybody doesn't know, Magic Kingdom, and they use it to, like, one of the big things is they use it to stock, within the stores. They have their other stuff downstairs. Like, hey, we need 90 more Mickey plushes. Instead of walking down the street carrying them, they just come up from underground in the back of the building and dump it in, and transporting characters back and forth, or different employees.
Yeah. I like hearing. I love watching behind the scenes stuff. I love knowing about that kind of stuff. And then there's things that I'm just wondering, even for myself or just the community in general, are people really going to be able to comprehend it all? I don't know if some, but do you know, like, if somebody says to you, we'll take that company for example, there was people who run that company were explaining the process, and then it was more questions about it. And it's like, this is the answer that you have. It's, it's on. Yeah, it's like you're trying to explain it, and then I don't think a lot of people did comprehend it. And it's almost that's where the whole thing of like, does it really help? Have you seen like it improve over the last couple of years? I try to do that. I try to like snapshots, but over a period of time.
Talk about the communication.
Yeah, do you think it's gotten not just with Mezco, I'm talking about like all companies, the fact that you have access to them. Do you think that the situation or the understanding of the whole process and the acceptance of it has it gotten better or no?
I think we have access to more information now than we've ever had in the past, right? Like we have
Oh yeah.
access to toy companies that we would have only, dreamed of as a kid growing up, which is kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
But it seems like we're just increasingly more impatient too, right? It's like we really don't want to hear that other than, it's going to be here next week. We've talked about that before, right? Like we don't really want to know what stage the tooling's in. As much as we talk about that, we really don't want to know. We just want to know, am I going to get it next month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to your point, like if I were to say to you, hey, we're going back to tooling, well, what does that mean? Does that mean 10 to 12 more weeks? Does that mean we completely scrapped it and, going back over? Like, what does going back to tooling really mean? That doesn't mean anything to us. Oh, we're waiting for final paint approval. Okay, well, that's great. What does that mean? All right. When am I going to get it? That's all I really want to know at the end. Is when am I going to get it?
There's a one color of paint.
Yeah. It's not like you're ever going to get communication where they're going to say, hey, we decided to take a break on working on it. We'll get back to it later.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to say that. Even if it happened to be the truth, nobody's going to say, hey, we took a break from it, or, hey, we had this idea, but that was a complete failure. They'll just say, hey, we're going back to tooling. We're pushing it back another quarter.
Yeah. The tech isn't there yet, so we went back to R&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I mean too. Like when I looked at, it's not like I said, this is encompassing all companies. Because I'll go to the Marvel Legends, I'll go to Mythic Legions, I'll go to Mezco, I'll go to Bandai stuff. But it always seems like to be the same consensus. Even if a reason is given, it's not acceptable. Like even if you explain it to something, and so that's what I was thinking about with all this. Is like, I understand trying to keep people informed, but it almost seems like you can't win with it. And it's sad because trying to tie all this in together from the beginning, when you have these companies, they're not going to be having a physical presence probably in the future as much as they do now. So that takes away from the interaction that you're going to have with somebody. You're going to be doing all of this stuff pretty much unplugged online.
Yeah.
And if the community can't really nail down this communication, and then you have lower production, lower offerings, and you're not effectively communicating to the company what you want,
yeah,
it's bad for both parties.
Yeah. Do you remember how little support the classified series first got when it was mentioned? Like in all the Joe groups, all you heard was, hey, if it's not an O-ring figure, we're not interested, blah, 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 blah. And it really looked like the production numbers kind of, showed that lack of what they thought would be, interest. And then we saw what happened, right? They released those things, got them in hand. Then everyone's trying to track down a 00 Snake Eyes and all this kind of stuff. It's a mess. So you just got to be careful what you say, because it does seem like these companies definitely listen. We can, if you look back at the way that Mezco's kind of changed the way they do things over time, there's been a lot of adjustments that they've made. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that that's just coincidence, right?
Yeah. No, it's not. I know we tried to
screaming 2 weeks ago.
You said, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Said our wallets were screaming 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, and it didn't
seem like it was going to stop. For in November?
Oh, I have it on my phone. The other one. It was a lot.
All the things.
Yeah,
more than what we got charged for December. It seems like.
Yeah, it was crazy, and then we added 2 more figures to the end of the release. I mean, for the end of the year stuff.
Yeah.
And it is. I just don't think it's a coincidence that they kind of halted some stuff. I saw some of that stuff at the show, and it looked pretty much done.
Yeah.
you know. And so, how y'all doing today? Doing good, man. Doing good, Carl. But
Kevin
to
said
kind of like,
warehouse is full.
yeah, he is, yeah. But to like to get back to that, I do think it's important because when you start having these more narrow windows, I think it's really important to be able to like to communicate with these companies a lot better. Obviously, you don't know what job they're cutting.
Mm-hmm.
They said that management and they said other jobs, they might be cutting the person that does social media for them or does that kind of research for them.
Yeah.
And now you've got maybe management or CEOs making decisions and they're going to be basing it off numbers. Wouldn't you rather just tell the company what you would like in terms of characters and everything else? I think it's really something that's not utilized.
Yeah.
It could be, accounts receivable or accounts pay. It could be their accounting department. An outsourcing. It could be their call center. It could be a lot of things like that too.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So you just don't want to see like we've already seen it, like collectors are taking a huge load by not being prepared or just not having the money for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a breaking point. And now this is being shown that companies are having a problem. This is just one that's publicly doing it. I'm pretty sure there's other companies that are having problems. So now you got both sides. Something's gonna break. And they're doing their best not to make it break, So I would just think that like next year you're gonna see a lot of changes, man. And some of these things that we do as a community, I think it could help the situation a lot more. Get the stuff that you want, have a better rapport with the community, with the company, so you're able to get these ideas, and you're not getting some of these figures that you don't want. That was the tie-in for everything. That's it. You guys got thoughts? No.
Careful what you ask for, right? We talk about that kind of stuff all the time. Careful what you ask for.
Yeah, man. I think it's 33 figures this year, over $4,000.
Yeah.
If you bought everyone. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the TMNT. Can you imagine if that got brought on there? I don't know. It doesn't help that stuff like movies, TV shows, comics help keep those lives afloat. Well, yeah, like Cece said too, they're starting to like get rid of some of these licenses. They sold that one, what was it? That one company they sold for $500 million. It was something that Hasbro had. I had it here. Hold on a second. 800 jobs. I can't find it. I did find it funny that the guy's name was Chris Cox. I'm sure he's having a bunch of jokes being told about him. Not like he hasn't heard those jokes before. Yeah, there was something that said that they sold something for $500 million. I don't know. It's gonna get streamlined, bro. Any word on Batman the Animated Series? What is it? Oh, it's not working. 5 points PLA. No, I haven't seen anything like that. People start getting headache and even touching the line with those characters. I don't know about that. I think they're just trying to make things all inclusive. Not a bad thing. I like that set. Yeah, it looked really good. That Batmobile was really good looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys have thoughts? How to save the world?
Yeah.
You're gonna make a Mask of the Phantasm custom out of Doc Knock to go with the 5 points.
Ooh.
Yeah, that would be good. I opened up a bunch of stuff this week, and man, it was really cool, man. That roadblock is really great. I'm looking forward to the Fantastic Four set. What else that?
Did you ever get to your Godzilla?
No, it's right there. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And the his tanks, I'll open up those tomorrow.
All 12?
Yeah. Yeah, make sure that all my Cocos are in there.
Gonna have him just running across that bookcase in the background.
Right there. I'll put the distance out in the garage and stuff like that. Dude, that's what I mean. It's just cool, man. Like, I know not everybody buys everything, but what did I take out the other day? Oh, I took this guy out.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I took this guy out yesterday, and I was just messing with him because
Great
I
guy.
messed with him. Yeah, this guy.
Is that 1, 2, or 3?
This is let me look at his shoe. It's 2.
Okay. Yeah, I like 2. He's right-handed.
The other ones are left. But yeah, just to sit like and mess around with some of them that you haven't had a chance to do, like, and then I started working on my my list for this year. So, what is this? I don't think Theo on VBJS.
Oh man, I got him the other day, Steve. He's looks really good.
Yeah.
Who'd you get yours for, man? See.
One of the retailers. The
Oh, that's right.
retailers.
That's right. Local wouldn't help it.
No.
Yeah.
Local wanted. They wanted to charge double, and they wanted half up front. So
Yeah.
They I know that they. What else was there? There was some other stuff. Oh, I saw from 3 people, but I couldn't nail it down. But they are actually shipping. I saw Dr. Doom was starting to ship.
Yes.
But the thing is that I saw one from Fife, and then I saw one from New York.
Oh.
Yeah, and so that's why I didn't
Give the
put it
people what
out.
they want faster.
Exactly.
I grabbed the one from Detroit for you, CC. It's coming.
Motor
Axel
City.
Foley's going to deliver it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. He's not gonna want to drop it off today.
Yeah. This one, what is it? Oh, I was also thinking too, like the Fantastic Four. I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that they didn't have like a fully powered up, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if they'll do a variant version.
That would be awesome.
PX Torch.
Well, yeah. When I was watching D's review, he had the light up feature for the head, and I kept thinking, wow, it would be really cool if they did the whole body.
Yeah. And that
And
base,
then-
he lit the base up for his photos.
Yeah, the flame base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that guy's stole my money.
Yeah, I didn't even tempt myself with that video, man.
Oh, it's a good video. Like,
Yeah, don't.
No.
Man.
and anybody that said that he's not honest, that's not true. Watch that review. That's like I said, like he's
Yeah.
To me, you can always tell when he's got something in hand that he really enjoys.
yes.
Like he doesn't mask his enthusiasm at all. Like when he's like a kid in the candy store, when he's got a figure that he really likes, you know. And when he does, then good luck trying not to go buy it if you haven't already.
Yeah. This is what I was thinking too. They'll probably do a fully flame on version with like PX, because PX has been coming back.
That'd be
And
cool.
then, yeah, so like if they had,
Like a 2-pack
they-
or something.
no, not even that. Like, I mean, if you did the set again, but what if you did the set and you had a fully charged Johnny, but then also you put Sue on the new body? Because that body, that I mess around with that body, it's there, it's coming. It's not, heaven forbid if they put out those Power Rangers and it's not. You're the backlash for that. You said it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe like work based on track. Keep yeah, that's the point. But you got people got to like communicate, effectively what they want.
Yeah.
I think what is really missed is like people telling the companies like what they really enjoy about a figure or offering. Not just like kissing their ass, but just saying, hey man, I really like this. These are the things I liked you did with this. And you get more feedback out of that. And if you don't like it, say the reason why you don't like it. So, CC, I don't think CC did order the Fantastic Four set. Or
I
La
did not.
Basti.
I did not. I went all in on the Marvel Legend versions when I bought Galactus last year.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't compare, but I got quite a bit tied up in that Marvel line. So
Yeah. You hit the head nail on the head. I've been trying to say this for the longest time. You can't tell somebody, hey man, the shipment's gonna be delayed, and then somebody just calls bullshit on it. Bullshit. Like, what do you want me to do? You're lying to us. Okay.
yeah.
What am I supposed to do? So yeah. All right. So have you guys narrowed down your list at all?
Top 5? Or what list we talk about?
Yeah, your list for the year.
I was looking at it just the other day.
You were?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very close.
I think we all know who's going to be number 1. There's no
If he
spoiler
comes
there.
out. If he comes out.
Oh no, I'll have him before Christmas. I have on good. Yeah. My good source, Kevin said he'll get it to me if you have to bring it to him.
Yeah.
To me himself.
Oh, he did?
CC's going to be like
Slay.
Fast and Furious hijacking FedEx trucks until he finds his shipment.
Yeah. Man, be careful about posting it first, man. My Lord.
How ironic is it? Is more than likely going to be the last figure we get in hand for the year.
And you called it
a fitting way to end 2023 with Doom. You
called
started the year with impending Doom, and we're going to finish the year with Dr. Doom.
Do you think it'll be the last one? There's like 2 weeks left.
Well, I'd like to hope so. They need some holidays off. Look, Kevin said he'd like to spend some time with the family. He's supposed to go travel and see his in-laws.
After he ships your Doom.
After, yeah, we can't take time off before then. We got to get that one out first.
He's got his vacation request sitting on CC's desk right now.
Right.
So
that's going to be my first Mezco Monday shot.
His ankles are so loose sometimes. It's hard to.
You got it planned out already?
I don't. I need to be thinking of something.
Oh, there we go.
You won a Mezco Monday, right? MC?
It's good balance.
I did win one a long time ago. So I got Deadpool.
Man.
Mm.
Oh, there you go, Bo. This is fantastic.
Boba Energy at Baxter Lab.
Yeah.
Baxter Building Laboratory.
Yeah. So we got. I don't know what you guys' schedule is for the show, but so we have what, 3 weeks left, right? 2 weeks now. It's like 2 weeks, right?
17 days, 18 days.
3.
Well, potentially, yeah. So 2 more shows, 2 shows.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the end of the year show. If you guys want to do that on the 27th, and we'll have. Okay, how about we do this? How about? I know it's gonna be hard because CC doesn't know if this is gonna come out or not. He'll still stamp it though. That is. So
it's as good as done. It's as good as done.
He's gonna take a picture of my hand, like he's gonna use it as though it's his. Here's my figure of the year.
Yeah. How about how about this? How about next week we do a guest show and we'll have people on and they can tell us their top. To cut down on showtime. 5. Let people come on and tell us their top 5 from whatever line that they do, line that they collect, their top 5 figures. I'll make a thing for it and we'll try to get people on. Kind of declined a little bit.
Yeah.
So make a post, and then that way it gives CC time for the 27th to crown a figure that we already know that he's going to get.
Yeah. It's done.
All right, cool. So next week, the 20th, will be the guest show. Everybody will come on. I'll make sure that I advertise it for the week so everybody knows. You're just going to be coming on, and you'll just give us your top 5 figures for the year, why you like them, Try to make it brief. That way, more people can come on and talk about their figures and what they like. And then the 27th will be our week. That'll be the end of the week show because I got a little game show for us to play. It'll be fun.
Van, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
It's fun. It's so it's not all boring information, but then you kind of like have a big picture of everything. There's
Van's
some cool stuff this year. Yeah. Oh, what is this? Would you put the Vortex suit as number one, or is that one for a special category? I put Vortex suit and Void Gomez, both of them. I put them as one offering in my list, but that one's in my list. What did you guys do? Is that not even in your list?
Oh, it's on mine. It's on my short list. List of contenders to see. Are we doing 5? Right? We're doing 5?
Yeah, we'll do 5 for the show. Because I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a video for mine.
Oh, look at that! People are blowing up my DMs. It's not CC with inappropriate picks for the first time. We got one guy in. We got one guy in for next week already.
Excellent. Yeah, as it was a different list. What figure do you wish you could get to but haven't made time for?
Mr. Freeze.
You haven't opened them up?
I haven't opened them yet. So terrible. So terrible.
What about you, CC?
I didn't hear the beginning of the question. What'd you say? You caught me reading comments.
What figure do you wish you could get to but haven't made time for?
Thunder Tank.
No, that's
yeah. What figure do I have that I wish I had more time to spend with?
Yeah.
Wow, great question. Because there's so many of them, I feel like I don't give enough time to. You know, I really liked Union Gomez. Union Gomez and Eddie and Bella. Like, I thought those were 2 great sets. And poor Eddie, man, I had him out for like the first 20 minutes of his stay here, and he's in his box. I need to get the furry out.
He's a little freak.
Hey, Joe.
Now, that is the one thing I do regret is they could have given us just a fuzzy suit for Christmas. I don't need the whole figure, but if Mezco just wanted to give me a Christmas suit for Eddie.
Like a penguin or a polar bear?
Yeah, yeah.
Narwhal?
A narwhal. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Do you think that they're going to do anything?
Oh.
No?
No.
For this
They feel sorry for us.
They've heard the begs for mercy.
They're like, you guys were complaining about there's too much coming. Now you want a Christmas pre-order? Yeah. Was it? I saw a question on here. Was it? It was something.
You know, so it would be great for Eddie, and I hope I don't get roasted for this, but like I know I'm gonna like.
It's a safe space. It's a safe space.
Like a preacher suit, you know, like he's grifting as a preacher. I think it'd be great, you know, like this guy swindling. Not saying preachers are swindlers by no means, but that would be something that he would do. You know, steal from the church collection plate, you know, something like that. I think I think that'd be great.
Can we talk about this for a second? I took pictures of that. I'm not going to let that go. I took pictures of this Gotham by Gaslight glider and everything, and everybody torched that thing, and now everybody wants it.
Are you talking about that?
It's the same figure.
The Relaxis. That should be our top contributor this year, or Taco Bell. Which one?
Our sponsor, top sponsor for this year. Yeah, I don't know how many times that got doled out. Yeah, I don't get it, man. Like I took pictures of that thing, and it's the same thing. Nothing changed from that, and everybody was like torching that thing, and now people are like, "Oh, it's cool. I want to get it." You know, I'm not talking about the people that wanted it or have it. I'm talking about the people that trashed it. It's just really, it's funny, man. It's the same story. Just keeps happening over and over again. We don't learn from it.
Can you think of a figure in the last 2 years that they put out where you felt like the pictures were better than when you got it in hand?
That the pictures were better?
Yeah. Because to me, Mezco is always one of those things where, you know, like the pictures are great, but then when you get it in hand and you feel the texture and the weight of it and everything, like it's different. Like I can only imagine what the thing is like in hand.
Yeah, that thing.
That old thing.
I'm really trying to think of one now. That's a good question. Of a figure I saw. No, because they're all the promotional. Some of them are digitally enhanced, and I can't think of one. Can you?
I can't.
I mean, the obvious one everyone's almost going to throw out there is John Wick. So we might as well get that one out of the way, right? Everyone always says John Wick didn't deliver on the promise. So even though I thought that figure, except for the one head sculpt, was really good, you know, but
now I gotta go look.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like they're always better in hand. I remember when I first got into Mezco. I don't know if you guys ever met him, but Cory Flippin. Remember when he was alive? He passed away.
Another Cory?
It was another Cory. What are the odds, right? Like I associate with Corys all the time. Cory Flippin is the one that got me on Mezco, and he used to always tell me, you know, wait till you get one in hand. Because before I made the jump, I was like, dude, I'm like, are these things really worth the price? And he's always like, man, wait till you get one in hand. And then I won one in a raffle, and my goodness, it's been downhill ever since.
What one did you win?
It was a PX Batman.
This guy, man, where were we? We opened the show with you last.
A lot of variants of that one.
Yeah,
there
is, Van. We opened the show last week with you, Van. Like how how everybody thinks that we're like enemies or something like that because of the gifts and the Richard Simmons stuff. We opened the show like that. Van always sends me a nice preview image first. He goes, "Hey, I got something for you." I'm like, "What is it?" I go, "Oh man, not again."
Like Rick rolls you with Richard Simmons instead.
He does, man. I hate because I'm smiling about it. I'm laughing about it, but I'm like, oh man. I still hope he keeps his promise about
female streetwalker. I don't.
Yeah.
We probably won't get that one.
Oh yeah, the Pink Skulls one. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about Van's suggestion of a female streetwalker Eddie variant.
Well, they had on that. God, what was that one? I think it was the SDCC one. They had some Pink Skulls like not streetwalker guys.
yeah. Oh
And,
man.
God,
Gotta be careful with that.
Oh
yeah. This is a good question. I started. So here's one really quick. How do you classify a top contender figure for the year? What's your requirements?
CC?
Well, I go through these promo pictures.
I don't have any prerequisites, you know, for me. You know, to me, like whatever your top five is your top five. The way I choose them is the figures that I had a hard time putting down. You know, like if I took it out the box once and never touched it again, like I would have a hard. Even though Eddie was a great figure, right? I told you guys only 15 minutes of hands time, and then he's been in the box, so he's not going to make my top five, unfortunately. So to me, it's always those figures that I can't put away. I tell you guys, I really regret not opening up that the Golden Age Batman set.
Yeah,
because those first photos were so bad, and everyone talked about the chin being too big and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, this thing looks terrible. So I didn't open it. It's one of my favorite figures. That thing's always somewhere around the house, moving around. So he would have been top five for me this year, but he was a last year release. So
I don't think a lot of people want to accept the fact that that's a stylized character. Everybody keeps talking about that chin, and they don't understand that it was based off of that.
Not nearly as bad as they make it out to be, though. They choose when you choose an angle when you're like focused on the chin. Of course, you got him looking up, and you're taking a picture from above down. You got angles.
Think of when the Kardashians are taking selfies, how they pose it. Think about that.
Yeah, makes everything look bigger. Yes, it does. Yes,
What's yours, MC? What's your criteria?
It's pretty much what CC said. I mean, it's not necessarily like I used to think a lot of it had to do with something I really identified with, like a character, like something from my youth or whatever. But Morbius has been like my number one go-to figure since I got it. Like he's always out, like CC with his Batman. Like I just really, really like that figure. I haven't even shot a picture in forever, but it's one that bouncing ideas off of all these ideas. I need to get them on digital. But definitely something you can't put down, something that you just love messing around with. You find you just can't. I mean, I haven't even touched Freeze yet. I'm sure he's phenomenal, and I got Morbius, like 2 months ago we got him or what, and I'm still playing with it every day. I got figures I haven't even touched. It's just.
I had this thing pulled up for us.
And he's kind of, I don't want to say he's kind of plain, but it's just got a black suit with a cape, and
the sculpting on that thing is really well done, though.
Oh yeah, I mean the texturing on the suit is phenomenal. Just everything, the posability. He's just a great figure.
Yeah, that's you could tell. I have pictures from previous conventions, and you can tell what they worked on, what they, the suit was definitely one of them. The suit is different. I'm trying to save all that stuff for the breakdown, but what is mine? What is it? I know it'll be forever. I think I'm with you guys on that. Like, the top contender? I think it's the one that I spent the most time with, the one that I enjoyed, the one that like has those like little details. And
Roadblock.
Yeah, pretty much.
Roadblock.
Yeah.
Another great
Man, that one's really good. He creeped in. I knew it was going to be good, but wow.
I know all three of us like kind of got them or opened them at different times, and we each found something different that we like, because you said so and so about Roadblock, and then CC's like, oh my god, look at this, and then I'm like, oh my god, you guys see this yet? And it's just every time we tell each other something, we go back and revisit the figure again too.
I added that to the innovations for this year. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that they implemented this year, and that was part of like the end of the year show.
Mm-hmm.
It's to kind of like highlight some of that stuff, because a lot of times it gets lost because maybe somebody doesn't pick up that offering, or they just didn't really notice it. But that went on my list, and that backpack.
Oh.
And thank you for telling me about the quarter turn. I read the directions, but I remember you telling me to be a little bit more delicate with it. But that quarter turn, you just open it up and it stores everything in there. I was like, wow, dude, that's nice.
They crushed it.
Look how far they came with the light up feature this year.
Oh yeah,
really bright. Like, what Superman. Was the one that I had? Darkseid. Darkseid's a good example. I mean, he even like from that one to Johnny, right? So you have Darkseid, like the eyes wouldn't light up the whole effect, and then if you look at the Johnny figure, man, they got that base and the head lights up. Their light up features have gotten way better, not only in design but the power, like you said, CC. It's like
it's where they changed it with used to be that neck peg, with like Cyclops, or even Death Dealer, and then they changed it with, was it Superman was the first one, or was Sod Cutter, whoever got it first, where it was just like that little neck piece where it was right in the head itself, and you can bounce it around a little bit.
They've done a bunch of different designs. Like, I was surprised that they did that peg, because if you look at the Batman versus Superman, the armored Batman, his eyes light up, but it's actually on a Sod Cutter like ball peg, and so you had all that head and neck rotation. You could do it, and then they started doing the other thing. I don't know why, but that'd be a good question to ask them. I don't know if it's cost, or if maybe it was just the design, or maybe they were just trying something out with a brighter light.
Yeah,
but they do some of that stuff. I mean, you just got to look at it from like a total standpoint. I remember at Toy Fair, he was talking to him, and the magnets that they used for Blade, the sword,
and
then also the magnets on the feet for the Gomez, they weren't as strong enough as he wanted. And so he was mentioning that. He was like, yeah, we're trying to find better replacements for that. So, you can later on, you can have like characters stick to metal, something like that, or they can actually hold these attachments securely.
Yeah.
So,
well, the Vex magnet seems to have upgraded on that one, because everyone says that feature works really well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's on Sue too. Somebody was showing that. So Plastic, really quick. Next Wednesday will be the guest show, and we'll just have people on, and then we'll try to see how many people we have, but have guests come on and they'll just talk. They'll give us like their top 5 or whatever they want to give for their figures of the year. It doesn't have to be Mezco. It can be whatever line you want. Yeah, just whatever made you happy this year. So
criticism free.
Yeah, tell us what you like about it. Everybody always talks about what you don't like about something. Just kind of tell us what you like. What brought you joy about it? What
If it's your top figure, you shouldn't be bitching about it.
You would think. I like this figure. I'll list 10 things I don't like, but it's a great figure. What kind of logic is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. I got from my Gaslight was solid. Yeah, man. I got another question. Okay. What is the most divisive figure? I'll start Slugfest. Oh, that's a good question. Good questions tonight.
There's an obvious answer there.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
89 Batman. Yeah. That's got to be the most divisive, release ever.
Easily.
Yeah, I think it beats out Wick, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Mythic Legions dropped a lot of fire this year. Yeah, I wasn't really deep in it, but Van, I did pick up Jakob Morley.
Come on.
You never told me what was in the safe, man. Let's do it live. It's been long enough.
Do you want to do it right now?
Yeah, man. It's been 3 weeks since the release. Let's see what's inside the safe.
Should we put this up?
There we go. Spoiler alert.
Okay, hold on. Let me go grab it. Let's see. Mutton chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me grab it. It's right over there.
MC said that's what he was going to do with his beard when he shaves it off. He's going with the mutton chops.
Yeah, we need a Robin, Joker. Yeah, I would love to see that, like Golden Age.
Tampa by Gaslight.
Meth Lab.
That's clean sheet to Michigan.
Am I really that far behind? Oh, let's go through some of that stuff.
Still cold.
Let's see. I don't want. This thing just loaded up, so sorry. I'm going back through this. I'm trying to pick not the good ones, but what is this? Maybe they're getting ready for the J-Lo on head sculpt. Steve always brings it. I gotta get Morbius one day. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Is there any? Okay. Roblox.
Burger Glam Rocker.
Joe's next year hoping for Ninja Force or Falcon. Yeah, I can. It seems like this line is pretty popular just with like the 2. So I'm really looking forward to seeing.
How much did Roblox increase your expectations for the next ones?
The next one, Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, right? So
yeah.
So
Firefly is farther down, but then also Duke.
So we should get a villain next, right? If they're following the same formula. Who prediction?
Yeah.
Who your prediction?
You know what? If they did a Trooper and they didn't release any more characters, maybe one. What? I'm trying to make it where it's not bad. If you have an army builder, you have an army builder, but you don't do any more kind of like you maybe do 1 or 2 Joes, but you don't put out 4 Joes for the whole year, even though they said quarterly, right? I personally, I would only get like 1 or 2, and then I would use all the 80 troopers I already bought, and they would just be filler in the back. But
they would have to do those kind of like Mythic Legions tried to do the reinforcement wave.
Yeah,
have them always in stock. That way, I could use another Viper. Let me go buy one. Hey, you know what? It's been 3 months. Let me go get another Viper.
I think I don't want to go with the obvious one, Cobra Commander. So I'll say Zartan.
Yeah. So you really need to watch for and yes, definitely. You will be the very first person to notify. Paige, can we pick the same figure 5 times? Yes, you can. That's the beauty of it.
Dylon, 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 Dylon.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? The thing I busted. I will be transparent. I did bust out 89 Batman. I think a week or two ago when we were all talking, or was it 2 weeks ago? Something. And mine was still okay.
You still suppose?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't have time. So, but was it only 2? Haha, I don't believe you. I don't believe myself either. I can imagine doing a bunch of stuff to that. We're caught up. So let me get this out.
What villain you want?
Look, banner. Spoiler alert. It's only going to
Yeah,
take
I'm
a
gonna
minute.
put it. That's what she said.
Who do you want, Cece? For villain.
I did drink out of this. Did I tell you
Mezco
that?
villain.
Big Bola. Just kidding.
Big Boa.
Hey, what if they did a Serpentor?
Oh my God.
Oh God, man, can you imagine that? Because
Already
they
got
would
the chariot.
yeah, but they would do their own chariot.
That'd be cheap.
We don't need that.
Whoa.
We don't have to do like they did the Wave Rider. We don't need all that. We can come up with our own chariot, Mezco. We don't need you to do that. Don't need that kind of pressure. When do you think they're going to release that damn Rumbler?
I don't know, but you know what? I'm really hoping that I have an opportunity to go to SDCC again this year. Because if you look at the list of stuff that they have, they could possibly put a 3D printed or however far they're in with the production or development with that. You could probably see that. You'll see some of that other stuff that we were talking about. Oh, I looked through the catalog, CC. I couldn't really find a figure that looked really good in the promotional images, and I was like, oh man, I feel kind of,
Yeah. That's the one thing that always impressed me the most about Mezco is quite often I open that box and usually wow is like the first thing out my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good thing I don't open those things like with an audience because they would probably think I'm crazy. Roadblock when I opened it, like that was a wow figure.
Yeah.
Mr. Freeze, that was a wow out the box.
So you have Freeze and Roadblock. What other ones did you have that wowed you this year?
Bishop
was a great offering.
The Crow. Crow was a wow. Oh wait, was he last year? Was he December last year? Was he towards the end of the year or beginning of the year?
No, he was. Yeah, he was last year.
I'll pull up the list.
I was trying to pull up the pre-order list to see what could be.
I think Crow was end of year last year, I think.
Yeah. I'm still wondering if people are going to count Atticus, the Necroverse one.
You know, Bartholomew Vax is a great I know you didn't get him yet, CC, but he's a great figure too that I think you're really going to enjoy.
He's supposed to arrive tomorrow, but I don't believe it. I'll have him Friday.
Yes, look at this. Boba's got a good idea.
The Crow was last year.
I thought so. It was late last year.
I'm trying to be a good girl. I have like
Superman was wow out of the tin too, but I just haven't had time.
Man of Steel is really good.
And that Wolverine, was that this year or was that last year? The
that
first
Wolverine is really good.
Why isn't this working? Oh man.
Solomon Kane, he was awesome.
Yeah, that one was cool. And I was so. That one, I think the statute of limitations are over with that. It's out, right? It's already out.
What's that?
It's out. It's out. That figure's already out. So I guess you can say the statute of limitations are done with that. Yeah. So like, there was a bunch of figures that we set up at the con,
mm-hmm.
and then there were figures that came in as the event was going, and that was one of them. Dick Tracy was one, and Solomon Kane was one. And like you said, as soon as I opened up that Solomon Kane, I was like, "Oh wow!" I was like, "Dude, people are gonna love this."
There's so much to do. Just like the different egg holes. I mean, there's just so much. It's
Oscar sitting there waiting for accessories.
No, there's a letter in here.
Osprey, what's in the safe?
Get bent, Paige. Okay, cool.
Oh, Paige.
Cool.
Minis wants you to put yourself front and center.
What happened?
Some solo time.
She wants you on the big screen so she can see this.
Oh, no HD, no high def. Oh yeah. Okay. Awesome. I don't like doing this, but hey, Rock, how you doing? Carl, man, if you got more questions, you got some great questions tonight, bro. I need a big screen page. Okay, all right. So everyone that's in right now probably already saw it, but if you haven't and you got this, you're not trying to spoil it. We're opening the safe. I know how testy this is with the group. So if you don't want to see what is in the safe, please avert your eyes.
Come back.
Are we doing this? All right. Wow.
Ooh. Look at her.
Wow.
How's it feel? Got some weight to it?
Yeah. The wheels don't roll. That's not like a big deal. I was wondering when I first saw it. All right, so here we go. Should I open it and then show you?
So is this your first? How many figure obscura? Oh, you have the headless horseman too.
What's the combination?
112.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right, ready? Here it is. All right. I just want to make sure I was prepped for it. So there it is.
It's a bag.
It is a bag?
I knew it was Coke.
It's Cocaine Bear. It's their next figure obscura.
All right.
It's
And
Blue Magic.
oh, okay. Be careful. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Move over, Paige.
Well, I have to admit that is pretty cool.
Wow.
And then you got this too. It's on a chain and a lock.
Huh.
I have to admit.
Not what I was expecting.
There you
That's pretty cool.
go. Yeah.
Articulated jaw.
I'm trying to see how I can get this in there with no light.
Yeah, it's pretty dark,
Okay.
but it looks, man, God dang it, they crushed it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a preview of Doctor Doom. That's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Jeez, Paige.
Pretty impressive.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
So, Paige, you have a ton of Mythic Legions. What would you put that figure on? Or put that head on?
I don't. I only have the trolls, and I'm pretty sure that's not going to fit. This is pretty good. Articulated jaw? No articulated jaw.
MC, you could probably put that on your Valiant Knight.
Yes. Oh,
This is badass, bro.
do that tomorrow. Mine comes tomorrow.
Yo, I love how you can take some of this stuff in. Oh crap! You almost broke it, Paige.
Broke what?
I love how you can take some of this stuff and use it as props, like for your diorama. I wonder if Boba did that. Oh, look, it's got a little hangy thing on there. Did I break it? Stupid Paige.
What's that?
Hold on, let me fix it. All right, cool. So it's a door knocker.
Oh, yeah.
Door knocker?
Yeah, the knockers on that thing were incredible.
Yeah, but look, if you're like Boba and it's a diorama, you can.
It's got a little pig.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh. I think Minis is going to the Mythic Legion's website right now.
Type in the code Paige. Just kidding. So you're not doing this right.
That's pretty cool.
If
It
it's
is, if you could see it.
if it's sold out, you can. There's a Facebook group that people are selling it at real close to cost right now, new in the box.
But then look, if you're like Boba, you build dioramas or something like that. Look,
Yeah.
on the back of it, it has a hook, and so you could hook it on there and have it on your diorama. This is cool, bro. Don't break it, Paige.
Did you? That looks so good. I like the
Yeah.
patina look to it too, like how it's aged. War.
the copper.
Yeah.
It looks cool, man. All these like this BDSM stuff that you got going on here too. That's nice. He hit. That's cool, man.
He'd love to eat that.
Yo, this is dope. I want to do the figure. This will go back in here. Yeah, I like this, man. Cece said like figures. Like I don't have that many. I have the trolls. I have the horses, and then the unknown one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you could probably put that head on that.
Yeah.
Do you think it would put
I just don't want to fall down the rabbit hole, man. That thing, man. And I know how I am.
mini?
It's too late.
What'd she say?
She asked if the chains are metal. They are, I think, if I remember right from the product description.
Yep.
You can take your spoiler alert down. People can relax again.
All right. Sphincter loose.
There it is again.
We did the all in, right?
Yeah. Why did I have this up? I can't stand.
Carl Page wouldn't go with the Monkey King. I tried.
Yeah,
I tried to get him below retail and he wouldn't bite.
DC actually gifted it to him, and Paige hit return to sender on the box.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
If he would have offered that, I would have taken it in a heartbeat. I said, "Are you sure?" All right. All right.
That's a really good figure.
I like the boxes for the figure obscura line. They look like books that you can put on the shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was doing this. Like it's I haven't thrown those, but I haven't thrown any of those boxes away because I like the artwork and everything. I like the magnets are in this. That's cool as shit.
Oh yeah, minis. It comes with the
like
diorama piece too. Like the can you show her the box when you open it up? The cover, the other side.
Really nice.
Yeah, you did a good job with this, man. I like it. Dude, I love that. That's cool. I don't have anything against them. Like, I always had great customer service with them. I like the product. I don't want to fall down the rabbit hole, man. I've seen those guys, like how they're army building, all that stuff, and then also like I've seen some of the aftermarket. I know how compulsive I am. I'm like, oh, now I gotta backtrack. I can't imagine trying to backtrack that line, man.
I've told you a story about the guy that I got hooked on the Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
And I sold him his first couple like really, really cheap to kind of get him on there in Star Wars Hot Toys. So now he's done with Hot Toys. So I was like, hey man, I got some Mythic Legions I'm getting rid of. And he's like, oh no. So I've been sending him pictures as I take pictures. He called me an enabler. We're getting though. We'll get him on board. Make him an offer he can't refuse.
For every 5 you buy, I'll send you a picture of the 6th one.
When I offer him that $25 horse, he'll be on.
Can you imagine that? I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
a Medusa figure.
He's gonna go for it.
Jeez, I would, bro. Right. Here's a Gomez question: which is better, Union or Void Cadet? Ooh,
that's tough.
Carl needs to be a writer for the show. These questions are awesome. You want to go?
Union was better for the wallet.
Carl, get my DMs and we'll bring you on with your 5 figures.
Yeah, do that. Yeah. Well, if you didn't have the option, like to get the single version,
like they're like opposite kinds of figures. Like it's so hard to pick. Like, I guess if you're just going straight up one versus one without the
suit,
without the suit, I'd have to go with Union Gomez just because of all like the layers of clothing and the different accessory, like the all the different depths of accessories to it. And the little grub that comes with his little workman hat, and the detailing on the tools, like the metal hammer, the sledgehammer that's metal.
Yeah.
The grime, the grit. But man, Vortex is good too because it's like, I don't know, classic.
CC. What do you think, CC?
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a cadet builder yet. Not that I'm trying to give them any ideas. Mezco, just chill out. It's not necessary. But with that teasing so many different characters in that comic, I'm shocked we haven't gotten some type of like they did the Nemo's crew.
Mm.
I'm really
I'm
surprised
sure
they
it's
haven't done
coming.
that.
I'm sure it's coming. They have like you said in the comic, they had all those different ones, but then they also had, the Darth Vader, and then they had the Jedi one.
Yeah.
The names escape me
Please
right
don't
now,
do
but
Star Wars. Please don't do Star Wars.
well, that's what I mean. They did those two, and it seems like it's going over pretty well. So I wouldn't doubt that we would get. You know what would be cool is if I know a lot of people were, because you kind of got stuck into that vortex, the vortex, and then the cadet, and then some people just weren't able to get the SDCC one.
Yeah.
So maybe if they did like a 2-pack or something like that, but then they gave you those alternate character heads, something like that. I don't think that they're done with that. I just don't. That seems like a lot of money to invest in like character design, especially that big mech suit.
All
And say,
that
yeah, we're only doing 1 or 2 figures for this line. And that comic was full of stuff, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We need that fuzzy little Chewy like guy.
Yeah.
I
want
mean,
that grub, man. I want that grub
yeah,
really bad, man.
they still need to finish the Hazard squad too. I
You
mean,
never see Paige anymore. We're like, where's Paige? Oh, he's out picnicking with Grub again.
yeah,
I saw the pictures on Instagram.
pushing him in a swing.
Yeah.
Teach him how
so
to ride a bike.
happy together.
And in the background with her hands folded.
Yeah, give me a dirty look. She did ask me. She was like, "What's that thing that you were like carrying around?" I'm like, I don't know. I was trying to play it off. I was like,
It's my son.
Like, no, she's like, "Are you bringing that home?" I go, "I don't know."
Trying.
I did. I won't lie. I tried to put it like we had all our bags and everything, and I took it and I was like, we were moving stuff around because we're breaking down all the stuff, and I took it and I was like, kind of over where my stuff was, and then I looked over, it was gone. I'm like, damn it! I would have got in trouble for it anyway. But yeah, that thing's gonna be cool when it comes out, man. It's nothing major. It just has like its head and everything, and the little baby arms, little fat chunky arms, and his legs. But I mean, it's almost like a oversized Mezit.
Let's hope it doesn't compete in price with those Super 7 ones.
Oh, the Peanuts line.
How much was that?
Those are $400, aren't they?
Ooh, no, I don't know. This thing is like, it's not cheaply made, but it's like, it's plastic. You guys saw it, but it had the outfit. I don't know if they're going to include that or not, but I think it would be cool if they did put the outfit with it. But dude, I can't see that
going
thing
Baby
falling
Gap.
over. Yeah, you have like a little baby t-shirt. What if they had a cut and stitch pack for that thing? You get like these baby grub shirts and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, what was it? Somebody had some on here. What was it? Yeah, there's an alternate Vex head squid-like. I thought about using that buzzard for some Void Cadets.
I don't have the comic in front of me, Steven. Sorry. I can't remember if there was that squid head.
Yeah. What does it say? Stop after 2 horses. Yeah, I have like 4 of those horses, like for whatever versions they have. I bought one for the Death Dealer. It wasn't one that would really go with it, but it just looked really cool. It was the black one with the green, like the lime green on it. Oozing from it. It's a cool horse, but then they put out the Headless Horseman one. I'm like, that's it right there. For the 2 licensed characters, Flash Gordon or Pilot Luke Skywalker. Damn, he's good, bro. I might be hitting you up after the show. For me, I would do Flash Gordon. What would you guys do?
Skywalker.
Remember you opening it?
I'm with MC on that one. Yeah, I have to go with a Pilot Luke Skywalker. I could only imagine. Once again, you get the soft goods and the detailing and everything on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all the straps and
Give me some of those Dagobah accessories.
Yeah. Yeah. You could easily convert it to a snow speeder too. Just add some furry boots and
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be cool. All right, well, Pilot Luke with R2. God, man, dude, I'm telling you, man, it's bad
imagine
if
they
they
start
go that
dropping
long.
packs. I mean, we're getting a teaser with Herbie, the little articulated robots and stuff. Jesus Christ. Some
I know
Troyz.
people say like it's Fantastic Four, but if you like really look at that set, it's 6 figures. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. Because you get the 4, the core team, right? Then they put Herbie in there. And it's not like a prop. It's not like Slimer. It has like articulated arms and a bunch of other stuff and accessories that come with it. But then also, when you take Reed Richards, like when you take his torso off, you get that elongated one. So it's like another figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know it was pricey, but
Boba.
Yeah, night, Boba. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Oh, to finish that one thought that I had. So I hope next year maybe it'll go because they're gonna have a bunch of stuff. That was the list I was gonna pull up. But can you imagine if they'll show the bike, they'll show the Rumbler, and then you'll also have some of these pre-orders that go up, but they'll be in final versions.
You'll never get through those metal detectors on the way home.
112 Garage Customs.
Would you try to like swipe that? Excuse me, sir. You're gonna have to check that bag. That thing is gonna be ridiculous, man. I don't. Oh gosh. They're gonna have to have just a separate case just to show that thing.
Yeah.
The bike for Gomez.
Well, no, the Rumbler, the
Rumbler,
vehicle.
yeah, the Rumblers.
If they have it, yeah. Yo, how you doing, man? How you doing, man?
See that motorcycle for Gomez too. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, the biker Gomez.
Paige add for the cart.
I can't see it. Well, give me a second if you can stall for a second. Because those ones got pushed back, right?
Yeah.
And so you would see some of the stuff from like this year and some of them last year, but then you'd also see stuff like Power Rangers. They show that again because it's kind of close to the window. But these other ones, Indiana Jones, you probably see a better version. You'd see the Mask, you'd see King Conan, Joker. I think they would probably show that Map Room Indy again.
Credit to the Toy Page.
Paige, take that down. I was like, oh yeah, okay, got it. Oh man, good times. Anyway, that's it. We hit 2 hours, right? So
yeah, short show.
Yeah. The last part was probably the best part. All the questions and everything.
Sorry, I stepped out a couple times.
Oh no, man. Dude, like I said, I'm really happy, man. You guys, we talked offline about this, man. I'm so thankful, man, that you guys hopped on and started doing this with me, man. I mean, we tracked down the dates. You know, it was like it's been like over a year, man. So
yeah,
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody.
Always fun, man. It's always fun.
Definitely.
I think I went through that right. Yeah. All right. Well, any sign offs? Anything? Any closing topics that you guys want to do?
You know, I'd like to do my usual sign off, but my brother just paid $400 to get a pet spade. I don't know if I can afford that anymore. Oh my gosh, man! Like, he told me how much he paid. A stray cat, $400. Ooh. But we got to do our part. So remember to help control the pet population. Please have your pet spayed or neutered. It's expensive.
You make money off that.
Yeah, you should have studied them out or like did whatever. Carl, MVP for tonight. Great questions, man. Thank you so much, man. A lot of good, thought-provoking questions.
Give him a future tap in for that.
You know what? Yeah, I need to next year. Next year, I got some really good plans for that.
Good
Be
for
more
one free
consistent.
tap in the future. Cash
Yeah, let
value.
me cash value. Let me put it down on my official.
Julian, I think everybody did that. Price is Right was always the sick TV when you were home.
Mhm.
Home at grandma's house.
Yep. Eat some chicken
Price is
soup.
Right.
Macaroni and cheese with grandma.
How many questions? He had like 3 or 4, right? All right. 1, 2,
More than
3, 4. 4 entries for you, Carl. Boom. 4 future entries. Future page, please make sure you make note of that. Good. Any bold predictions for the last 2 weeks?
nothing. That's
CC
my
will
bold
get Dr.
prediction.
Doom.
We're getting nothing. But Doom.
Yeah.
CC will have Doom in hand for the last show. For the
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
All right. And so you gotta sign off or anything?
let them dogs breed.
It's just a counteract. Yeah.
A lot of money. You can pay off those Mezco debts.
Yeah. Spider-Man. The good news is they haven't changed the date on that. So if it's like Gotham by Gaslight or some of the other ones we've gotten, that's a good indicator we might probably have that coming. They didn't change it. I checked again, I think earlier today,
Yeah.
and I didn't see anything change. So I would say maybe. What was it was a month later. Gotham by Gaslight from the date. So when was that? It was October or something like that. I don't know. Can you imagine if they charge for that? Charging notifications for. Yeah, it says August, October. So it is December. That was the same thing for Gaslight.
Be prepared.
Yeah. Hopefully. Don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to ask somebody. This guy. He said no ass. And he said, don't be afraid. Can you see SEC?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this too.
That's a good one.
I mean everything. Yeah.
That's
I will hit my point from before, man. Like if you're dealing with people online, just be nice. Treat them the way you want to be treated. Don't call foul if they answer you back in the same energy that you gave them initially. So I'll just say that. Merry Christmas to you, guy out there. That's it. Are we done? Yeah, we should done. In the stream.